it looks like it definitely could be done on other consoles. That's what I mean.
PS4.
Yeah, precisely. And for the creator to go out his way and say, "Oh, well, utilizing the PS5's maximum power," obviously Sony paid you to jerk them off. So clearly, we know that's not the case.
Well,
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Couch Crunch. Hey, you guys did good on the last episode. 69 subscribers. That's a suspected number, but
that was good.
That's cool. That's a nice number there.
That was a nice number.
That really was like unexpected. Like I was like, oh shit. We actually went to bed and then woke up and it was like 3,000. Like it was crazy.
What's up? You know, really appreciate you guys supporting us on that video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're gonna jump into more like technology later on in this episode as well. So stay tuned. All right. So, but this first topic we're going into is going to be Final Fantasy 16. We're going to pretty much go over our overall thoughts and some of the controversies that's going on the Twitter too.
Oh boy,
controversy.
Some boycott going on. But yeah, I got to play some of Final Fantasy 16. It's pretty good so far. It's like it's a lot of the story mode. It's like you have to. It's like damn near like a half an hour long, just getting through like the first dialogue of it, the monologue and all that. But yeah, it's like it plays like the art. Well, I guess you call it like the arcade mode, or versus like the classic mode of the turn based what they typically have.
Yeah.
So it's like
more
a hack and slash.
Yeah. Definitely more hack and slash.
Yo. So it's like. Yeah, I like the combat so far. It's a bit easy. That's where the controversy comes in later on. What we're gonna be talking about as
too
well.
easy.
Yeah,
It just feels too easy.
Yeah, it's man.
Again, it's probably more like because it's story driven.
Free both of us with the same bullet.
That's
Right.
predominantly why.
They just want you to experience the story.
And plus, this is probably a Final Fantasy, like I said before, geared towards more newcomer fans. So it's like, you know, make it easy enough for people to get into. People like watching video games nowadays. Nope, I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but just do. So it's like, you know, oh, well, make it to where as like we got some gameplay, but like, you know, make sure that story's there too.
Right.
And so it probably get better as the game go on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just trying to ease you into the story.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's with Final Fantasy, like you said, is like mostly derived around the story, and they really have you set in this medieval time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of what I liked about it too, because like the rest of the Final Fantasies are like set in the future versus this one is like in medieval times, and it takes you back into like the main character being like attached to the Phoenix, and you're able to transform from what they first show where you're playing as.
This is probably the first Final Fantasy in a long time. They're like, besides, I know Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5-ish were like all like
1 through 5.
Yeah, 1 through 5 were all like very medieval like in a sense.
Okay.
But after that, you know, they started adding mechs and magic tech armor and battleships and sky battleships. So that this is probably the first time in a while they probably went back to, you know, medieval times. Honestly. Yeah.
Got you.
Which is, I mean, I fucking love that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of like medieval times. So I think like, I don't know if this is, like you said, this is probably one of the first Final Fantasies to even really be really empathizing on like that type of time era. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that part is cool for me, you know, setting wise.
Yeah, you guys know I like on previous episodes, I always mention that I like the medieval times and stuff like that. Like back in the day. So this game is like, I like Final Fantasy. I played multiple different games of Final Fantasy, and this one plays pretty well. I like the combat. The combat's pretty dope. I like how you can switch between powers in middle of combat, trying to, you know, switch it up a little bit. And the one thing I don't like is that the character's a little slidey. When he's walking, it looks like he's a little slidey.
Yeah.
But other than that, like the story is great. The visuals is everything is on par. I do like this game.
Really?
Yeah.
The visuals are pretty good. I thought they
Yeah,
were kind of lacking, low key.
For a PS5 exclusive, but it's Final Fantasy. Like it's pretty They look the same as any other
Final Fantasy has been known to be the graphical showpiece of a lot of consoles.
What I'm saying is this Final Fantasy is pretty much the same as like graphically the same as the other Final Fantasy games, like the more recent ones.
True.
So
True.
Yes, I agree with you. I see what you're saying, that I would have maybe them utilize the graphics more for the PS5, but it's basically like,
I mean, no, you're right. Just like,
Final
what's
Fantasy.
his name? What's his name? Yoshi P, the creator. He was talking about somehow this could only be done on the PS5 and everything.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, clearly.
Maybe there's extra particle effects. Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
But
so graphically, what do you think is lacking with far as?
No, I mean, I was expecting I was expecting that to be blown away by. It looks like it definitely could be done on other consoles. That's what I mean.
PS4.
Yeah, precisely. And for the creator to go out his way and say, "Oh, well, utilizing the PS5's maximum power," obviously Sony paid you to jerk them off. So clearly, we know that's not the case.
Well, I see what he was saying with utilizing the PS5, because you won't get those particle effects. You won't get those 60 frames.
True.
I think that's what he's talking about.
If it was on PS4, you wouldn't get them particle effects. You wouldn't get the 60 frames.
Yeah. But I was a big fan of. I know a lot of people probably aren't, but 15. I really liked 15.
Yeah.
So this kind of reminds me of 15.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like even like the setting, like you could see like the really detail in the rocks, and like when the first part where the crystals are coming down and the rocks and everything.
Yeah.
They really did pay a close attention to detail as far as how graphically it looks. Frame rate is like, depending on like the TV and the settings and everything. Yeah, it would drop at some points depending on like what kind of
what's going on right now and what's going on in the game. Yeah, it looked like pretty stable for the most part for me.
Mm-hmm.
Clive needs to run faster.
Yeah,
true.
True. You definitely need to add like a kind of a dash mechanic in there.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I just don't want to feel like I'm walking like it's sluggish.
They probably want to keep the JRPG aspect of it, so they probably don't want you getting too much all crazy movement.
But to save its ass, we haven't gotten that far.
Yeah,
so we could get an upgrade that makes a dash or run fast.
True.
It's just you got to get over the hump though. It's just like it's a long, slow build up.
Can you talk about what's up with the almost sex scenes? Like they're almost there, but they're not there. Like they're just like
you walked into.
It's like, okay, like we're gonna have sex, but like, we'll stop here though.
Yeah, but like, are the other Final Fantasies like known to be teen?
Yeah, but they have like subjective. It's teen, but they have like a lot of really mature stuff in there.
Okay,
a lot of times.
I think this is like the first.
This is the first M from the M rated genre.
Okay,
yes,
got you.
And they really try to emphasize it by having.
Wait, they rated this M?
Yeah, it's M. It's M.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they got the blood splattering all over the place.
Yeah, because in the beginning, she got crushed by a rock. And
exactly.
Splattering. Okay. I was wondering.
Which makes sense, honestly.
That was so fast that you barely even noticed it.
Yeah. But yeah, this game so far it's some people say they like it and some people are like hating on it, like Xbox 360
Xbox 360. Not just Xbox favorite, Xbox 360 fanboys.
I'm gonna say Xbox in general. Some of that fan base kind of have like a gripe against it, saying like, because of the last showcase.
They only have a gripe because of what happened. What has been happening in the recent couple of weeks. It's been a war on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Starfield 30 frames. Power of the Xbox. And then you got this looking like, clear, like we just said, not up to par for PS5 standards. And so they're just like, what's this? This don't look like next gen. And then the PlayStation was just like, oh, well, it runs at 60, so who cares? They're like,
I'm sure if I would have got a little farther from what I played, because the game, put in context, I only got up to like the part where you fight the goblin, and then it leads up to like what's that? You guys was telling me that there's like a boss fight. That's
the Mobone. I forgot. It's
Morbol or something.
Morbol.
I forgot.
It's a classic Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that tentacle monster thing with the big mouth.
Yeah. So from there, I imagine like as you keep going on, like those big epic Titan fights, more show off more of the graphics, what it could do, and part of this watch.
And to be fair,
you gotta have the right TV.
And to be fair, this guy is like only like level 7 from the look of it, right? And you're like level 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So clearly he's just being a jackass, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Yeah, because this guy, to give him context,
He's just being an asshole.
yeah, this is a lot of the complaint what people were talking about as far as like you can just press one button throughout each fight and you can pretty much you don't have to try. And that's interesting too because this game doesn't really have a difficulty level.
Yeah.
Like, which you could pick. It just throws you in. I believe it was like a story time or action move you can pick between, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Playing with one hand.
Just while eating a sandwich or something. Definitely an Xbox fanboy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that sandwich wasn't $60.
Yeah, hopefully that sandwich wasn't $60. I mean,
But this begs the question: is it like more of a movie kind of game of like what people are?
but I mean,
Just like we talked about in the beginning, it's more story driven.
Yeah,
More
it's
for you to
definitely more story-driven.
enjoy the story of what they have going on.
Right.
Yeah.
people were saying how people were talking about some Sony's movie game disease affected this, so that's why it's
okay.
like that. They were saying that, and so I'm saying that, it's modern gaming. Like they want to attract as many people as much as possible. Do I like it particularly? No, I mean I don't like it that much, but they're going to do that though. They're just going to do that. Like they don't.
Because I was thinking too, because since it's exclusively for PS5, they want more casuals to get into it rather than like the classic Final Fantasy players.
That's the only way you probably make a exclusive Final Fantasy for PlayStation when it's like less than 50 million PlayStation out there,
Right.
like PS5s out there. Like who's that going to be aimed at? Like
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely more of a casual Final Fantasy. I'd say this is going to sound crazy and dumb, but since the stories aren't really linked at all in Final Fantasy, this is a good jumping in point for Final Fantasy.
Right.
For most casual fans. I would say that.
I can kind of agree with you because it's just how easy it is.
Yeah, just how easy it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't gotta strategize and worry about you're poisoned or your accuracy's down, you're gonna miss.
Do you want to risk using an antidote?
Yeah, exactly.
Hit twice?
Get hit
Or-
twice. Exactly.
I mean-
that'll piss some people off.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be honest. Like, even with my giving it, like when I actually played it for the first time, it's just like it does feel very welcoming. I like like Danny said, the graphics is cool. The combat is like it's cool. Those are all great aesthetics, right? It's just like it's the long cutscenes that I cannot seem to like.
I mean, you just skip it though.
You want to, but then it's like
It's a story. It's an important story. beats in
right?
there.
Like some of it is important, but then some of it is like I didn't need to know that Clive was sending somebody to bed. It's cold outside. Like I don't care about that. I want to be able to get in there, enjoy the game. I don't know if all Final Fantasies are actually like that.
It's a lot. The Final
lot of
Fantasy
them
games
are.
they do take the time to set the characters in motion, set the relationships in motion. They do that, but since technology was limited back then, it was kind of just text, text box and stuff like that. It didn't get cutscenes to like.
I mean,
like
I got through a lot of Final Fantasy games with skipping the cutscene, and
really?
still knew what was happening.
There you go.
Oh, so you can get away with it then?
Really? Which one was that?
15.
Okay, that's 15. You know what's going on. Boy band goes to a city.
10, you could do it too.
10, no way.
You can
You're
get away-
crazy
you can
with
get away
10.
with it with
That's
10.
way too many story beats in 10.
I'm not saying every single cutscene, but just the boring ones. The ones that kind of
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need a little more combat in there, like or something that's that's keeping my attention. I don't want to feel like I'm sleeping.
You're on your phone.
Yeah, if I have to look at my phone, then it's a problem.
They kind of had that in like one of the first cutscenes where like the Titan was coming down and you see that one lady using her elemental crystal powers.
Yeah.
It's that big Titan. But some of them will drag on. It's just like two characters talking, walking down the castle. It's not really too much going on.
That cutscene is meant to draw your attention, though. I mean, obviously for Nick, it probably didn't work. Right now. It didn't work for him. But it's meant to draw your attention because it's this spectacle battle and all that stuff. Like that's meant to draw your attention.
Yeah.
I mean, but did it really draw anybody's attention? I mean, like, did anybody really want to see a Dragon Ball Z style fight? I mean,
I kind of wanted to see the Titans fighting, but they only fight for like 2 seconds and then go back to
it. Still feels like it's turn based. Like it still doesn't feel like you have that freedom of exploring the world. I mean, again, like Danny said, maybe you got to get farther in the game, but just as an introduction, it's like it's still on an actual pace, like a track.
It was a pretty slow introduction for sure.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
but again, like I said earlier, in the demo, once you beat the actual main demo, there's a thing that gets unlocked at the bottom. I forgot what it says, but it tells you that you can play it when you play it, they literally give you everything to just go, and it's still showing you part of a story, but you have everything unlocked.
Maybe that was the choice at the beginning of the game when you about to choose when it said storyline or gameplay. Okay. And the storyline one, it said you're giving everything from the beginning, and you can just focus on the story. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, but you can't. That thing doesn't show up until after you beat the main new game.
Okay, so it shows up immediately in the game.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So when you play, you have to. No, I mean like no. I'm saying that you have to play that demo that we played earlier. That slow training demos. Yeah, that thing. You have to play that first. Once it says thank you for playing or whatever, or go to the store, it asks you to go back to the menu. You go back to the menu, and then that thing shows that it unlocks and it tells you what it is.
Right.
So
okay, all right.
That gives you everything. And I thought that like having all the powers and stuff made the combat so much better.
Oh, I see.
Really?
Yeah, because you get different powers. You get different
okay.
Elementals and stuff like that. It's like I don't know how to explain the monsters to become or whatever, but it's pretty much you get everything and then you attack and then you can make it into combos. You switch between powers while you're attacking.
Right.
So
this tweet is sending me the story terrible. The combat. Say button 30 times.
Yeah, this is from a Twitter user that's like primarily like an Xbox fan.
Obviously, I know, but just the fact that because they've been arguing for like the past couple of weeks, man.
Right.
Once they saw Starfield 30, it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because there's even another clip. Like if you go to that guy's page, he's like blindfolded and he's still playing it with like
he just slamming the game.
I'm like, dude, damn, is it really that easy?
Yeah. First of all, go back to his Twitter. Go back to the Twitter. When you see that, go down. Yeah, you see that. That's how you know it's an actual Oxfam boy.
It's a
oh shit. That is funny looking.
But this is like a good question though, like because like you take a game like Kingdom Hearts, like that was a new game at the time in the early 2000s, and the entry level was like more turn based back then. So I could still see them could have got away with doing that in this game, even like for like new players, like what they did with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Well, with Kingdom Hearts, I think the thing with that is that they knew they were using Disney characters. So Disney fans, which are primarily kids, just overall, probably wouldn't want to be like, defend, like this. They probably like, Mom, why isn't Mickey Mouse using the sword? Like, they're probably going to be pissed off when they see that shit.
Right.
Yeah, their attention spans are.
Yeah, attention spans are small. They're like, nah, they don't want to see that.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like in Kingdom Hearts, like there was like a more turn-based style.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could do both.
Yeah, it was mixed. It was definitely mixed. It was mixed.
So I'm wondering, like, maybe they could have added like a classic mode into this, just like they did with the remaster of Final Fantasy VII. Like, play both. You can either play like the classic Final Fantasy style, like from people that play it usually, or like the new, like you said, the newer people that like get into PS5 and they say like a exclusive game.
Let's the creators, that's the developers are really just when you wanted to show off, we made a hack and slash and didn't give you the option for it.
Like you said before, like off camera, you said that they're kind of straying away from the turn-based.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII had that option to switch between because it's a classic. And people are used to being it turn-based, not hack and slash. So people who still have that love for that turn-based, they are able to switch it. So since this is a new game, they don't give you the option to put turn-based because they're trying to keep you at the hack and slash.
Oh, got you. Yeah. You can see that.
15 was the same way. You don't get that real like
you don't.
You just get hack and slash.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, for the game itself, I mean, it's very heavy based off of like the story. You know, if you definitely are into stories and shit like that, this is a great fucking game in general.
Yeah.
It just takes so fucking long to get into it.
Like Aaron says, if you like those movie games, this is the one for you.
This is the King movie game.
I was gonna say this is King.
I want to call it like quite a movie game because that's more like Heavy Rain and like
Heavy Rain
or something.
True. Okay, true. But like Nick was on the couch doing the game. Then he's playing the game. He's just like, it's still going on.
It's just like,
it definitely takes a like me personally, I'm more of a captivator story more type of person. Like I like Metal Gear and the games like that. But I can see like people that are just like heavy into just the gameplay. Like players like that, I can see like them just skipping.
Right.
The game.
Oh, nah.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm skipping it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing the game.
You was like, still going on.
Let's be obviously specific, Don. You mean for people who have ADHD? I don't want to watch this. I want to play a game.
I'm going to forget I want to even play this game.
Oh, I thought the game.
Yeah.
Which is exactly why I was like, yeah, my attention span, I can't keep watching this. I have to press buttons or
I
something.
have to do something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm split on it.
It's too long.
It's too
To
long.
be fair, yes,
long.
it was. Like, it was. Definitely was.
I'm not saying that the cinematics or the story is bad or anything.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that
we're not saying that.
it's just way too long. Like,
Yeah.
at least have me move around while there's like a half cutscene or the person talking to you, but you're able to still move the camera or move around or something.
It's
That gives me
funny
something to
you
do.
say that because I don't remember. When I played The Last of Us Part 1,
Mm.
I don't even remember being anywhere close to a cutscene being as long as that, though. And that's crazy. I'm serious.
Exactly, because
Just starting off, right?
Yeah, just starting off,
right.
yes.
Because Last of Us, the story is happening as you're walking around. Like everything is still happening around you.
True.
While you're still able to interact, and that's why it's not a movie game.
Yeah.
This
It is-
like
Got you on the ropes.
yeah, so like
got rid of ropes.
like you said, Heavy Rain and
Right.
The Quarry and stuff like that. When
Yeah.
you have to just make choices and just watch everything,
Right.
that's a movie.
Who the fuck would play Heavy Rain?
I still like Barry Rain.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
you
it was. I thought it was a classic.
You
If,
play as like
if
a,
Alex was here too, he would say, "I fucking love it." Alex loves Heavy Rain. He likes all that shit.
I just like multiple choice games of like
Right.
being able to do whatever.
No, thank you.
As long as it's interesting, it has a good story.
What was that other game? Become Human.
shit, and people hype that damn game.
Hey,
It's called How to Become Trash.
How to become trash, yeah.
Straight up gameplay and our first
Yeah, but, like-
impressions of the latest game, like 6. This new one has marked.
Oh, look, they copied
Very
Zelda
curious to
with the
see,
whole.
you know,
Yeah.
going for a mature
Well, I think Final
it's
Fantasy
from
always
some
had
of the
that, like,
Final
we can,
Fantasy
like,
14
get on there.
I know 15 you can do it.
Okay, look, okay.
Yeah, you can do them on all
So we
matches.
do actually have a little bit of freedom in there too.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Okay.
Okay, so clearly you
So you
get
get different powers.
you get
and shit,
different
that's what I'm
powers.
saying. Look at that
Okay.
shit. Like, it's dope.
Yeah, see, like
Yeah, so he was just
farther
he was just
in
being
the
an Xbox fanboy,
Yeah, like,
basically.
you probably had to get more farther in the
Yeah,
game,
exactly.
experience more.
We were still a kid with him, so
Mm, yeah.
Magic subsets. It's all about stacking damage or stun. So enemies have a secondary bar that,
It's
when
understandable.
depleted,
But I
will
can see the
open them
complaint
up
of it being
for
more
damage
easier.
from
Yeah.
So you need
I
to use the
understand.
right attacks to
Versus
deal
like
that
a game like Devil
So
May Cry
between
where
all
you
that,
can
yeah,
like,
you're not
you
playing
have
that
to
with
put
one
something
hand.
in.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if they take that mechanic out because I'm a little farther into it. To be specific, I think I just finished. I think I fought. I don't know if her name's Jill, but like the girl that you see in the castle
Do
with.
you fight her on the top of the roof?
Yeah, you fight.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
fought
alright.
her on the top of the roof, and it's like they still was saying press R1 to evade, and it's like that's what I mean. Like I don't know if you could turn that off or something.
Yeah,
I feel like you could take it off in the. I think in the settings there should be like a tutorial.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I still feel like they just hold your hand
Oh,
majority
yeah.
of the
of course,
Yeah, that
You
was
know?
that was the part where you fight with the dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem with like you were saying, Aaron, like sometimes with like Naughty Dog games, like Uncharted used to do that too. Like the first couple ones, they would still teach you like the tutorials as you're playing the game out.
God of War still does it.
Yeah.
Legitimately, the voice actor even complained that he was complaining literally not too long ago about how why do I have to constantly remind the player to press this yellow switch in the room that's clearly obvious to press it.
Oh,
Like
yeah, like after a while, they like the camera will pan.
yeah,
towards
kind
the
of
object.
pain. Like how about that yellow thing, Father? Like
Like, all right,
I
we
can
don't
admit-
have one brain cell here. Like,
I mean, I can admit that sometimes I forget what I'm looking for, and then I'm looking around, and then they remind me what I'm looking for.
you do with all the graphics. You're like,
That
my
could be part.
God.
That could be part of my short attention span from my PhD, but
So sometimes it's justifiable.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to do it.
special occasions.
It's going to be happening in modern games.
For,
Unless it's like Metroid.
but isn't in a lot of games? there's-
game.
Yeah.
Is it in a lot of games? There's like an option to take the hints off.
There is.
Yeah.
But
So-
not, I don't remember any game, modern game
I didn't enjoy
nowadays. Yeah. And I enjoy it. I mean, some games have like they say, yeah, take hint system off. Some games do. I don't remember any modern game telling me that though.
Oh, that sucks.
Not that I know. Granted, I played like
You'll see it in a lot of first party games.
Yeah, you'll see it in a lot of first party games.
Yeah.
Like, but even Tears of the Kingdom still gets you hints.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it all depends on what kind of player you are.
Yeah.
If you're like a lot of people like from the early 2000s, they're used to like finding things on.
Of course.
Their own,
Like what?
Versus, you got to 2010s and
Yeah, exactly. We was playing Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Like what? Classic Resident Evil. We know our way around mysterious, weird ass puzzles.
yeah.
Yeah, going to the same fucking place every
Goddamn time.
Yeah, I gotta go back to this goddamn office like 3 times.
I was
Yeah,
just
that's true.
here.
Confusing ass fucking place.
Yeah.
It's like a maze.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 16, I could see it as a contender. I still had to play more of it to get a better idea though for like game of the year. But yeah, it's like
Def not game.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Nah.
Def not
Nah.
game of the year. Nah.
I think Zelda's just gonna take it.
Well, no, for me, Zelda wouldn't even be my game of the year, but just based off of,
It might actually be Dread. I know I'm just farting.
I wish it was.
And
Yeah, so long ago.
No, but that's not. Given what it's going up against, like for example, we know he's being an Xbox fanboy where he's like eating and playing the game. We know that, but just the fact that you can still do that.
it, yeah.
yeah.
But Resident Evil 4, you're not playing that one.
Yeah,
You're just not.
true.
You know what I mean? With Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, you can fight enemies with one hand because I did it, but you're not transversing, you're not just beating them all with one
Right.
hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was expecting more of a challenge when I was playing it too. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just the beginning. You never know. You might get way further on.
That's
You're
true.
like level
That's true.
30, and then
We'll
you,
see. We'll
you
see.
end up having to fight like a level 40.
Yeah,
It's
see.
gonna be hard.
Yeah. Fight like a big ass tie-in and then you have to take
Yeah.
all day to fight it.
This man does not like Final Fantasy.
He's like, oh, this is garbage.
He's retweeting every little bad thing about it.
Even talking about the frame rates and everything. I'm like, damn, bro. When you start to see that part in comparison,
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
Well, there you go, right there. The Xbox experience. There you go.
I'm like, all right, let's wait till Starfield comes out and see what these guys
yeah.
See, but sometimes what these motherfuckers do is you see that performance picture they just took there? They wait for it to get to that drop and then they snap the
yeah.
picture.
Okay. Come on.
Be like,
Yeah, there we go. 20. Yes.
That 37 frames could have just dropped maybe like in a millisecond.
A millisecond, exactly.
And you're like, got it.
They're all
Got
that kicky.
See right here. Xbox superior.
Yep. They'd be like, see, this probably should have been on PC a long time ago.
Yeah, this is why I said on PC.
Yeah.
Right? What, you guys had anything else to say about it? Like,
That's pretty mouth thought.
Nah, man. I mean, I just the cutscenes is the only thing I have an issue with. Other than that, it's a good game in general.
Yeah.
I think you have to give yourself time to get
Right.
into it.
yeah.
You know, that's the only thing. Other than that, I'm cool with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
As far as a rating, how would you rate it? It's
Uh,
hard to rate it because you didn't play the whole game, but
Yeah.
like
All right, so far out of
So far.
10. So far out of 10.
so far.
I probably rated like a 7.
That's what I was going to
Yeah. About a 7 out of 10 so far.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah,
I want to see more of it, but yeah, it would definitely be one of those games that I would get first. Because for anybody that doesn't know, I'm the only one that doesn't have a PS5. So
no. Aaron
I didn't
doesn't.
have one.
Yeah, I sold mine once I switched over to the dark side.
yeah, but he had it though. But yeah, this would be one of the first games I would get still, even though it's I still want to play more of it though. So even though it's lacking at certain things that I was expecting.
Has Final Fantasy ever been the type of game to get DLC? By any chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 7 just got DLC for PS5.
7, 15, almost all of a bunch good deal of 14.
Yeah, 7's coming out with more DLC though. right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm
You
more
fucking kidding?
DLC.
Wait, so is it going to extend the?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Most likely.
But it's
There's so
only-
much already in this game.
Right. It only
Well, and-
exclusively for PS5 though for the 7, the DLC.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I
I-
think it's 7.
I thought it was. I was informed that this is one of the longest Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, I want to know what they mean by that. Hope they don't include cutscenes.
Right.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's about it. Leading off of this one, it's still kind of similar to what we was just talking about Final Fantasy 17. It's a boycott going on on Twitter about diversity picks and people seeing themselves and characters and within Final Fantasy 17 because there's a lot of people saying, oh, why didn't they have more people of color in the game? versus having a European setting.
Oh my god, this is all going back to like race.
Yeah,
Why can't we all just get along?
that doesn't make sense for the time period it's in. No, it's like
But see, you gotta be careful with that. Cause when you bring that up, I agree with you. But when you bring that up, then we're like, bro, they're riding on giant chickens and there's crystals and elemental powers. Do we really care about accuracy, fantasy? Like, come on, like.
I just want to say it's a game. It's just a game.
It's just a game.
And then granted,
but-
you do know they're in a European
right.
Yeah.
country,
Right.
Yeah,
so obviously you ain't gonna have nobody with my hairstyle.
Yeah,
or anything.
exactly.
Like, come on, let's be
I
honest.
like how careful you are.
Come on, let's be
All right,
real.
well, it's not that crazy. It'll take roughly around like 40
Oh,
hours.
what? Yeah, that's not
That's
that crazy.
standard.
Yeah, no, that's probably not the longest Final Fantasy. Then
No.
the longest probably. Look up how long is Final Fantasy 12. That normally tells you
61 hours.
Oh my god.
That tells you the accurate hours of how long to beat can. How long to beat.com is a good one. They tell you the accurate hours.
61 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah. The bosses are long as shit. in
What
that
about
game.
15?
But I don't know why they're complaining about that, honestly. That
Yeah.
just seems dumb, honestly. But
28 hours then, that's short as fuck.
yeah, compared to the old Final Fantasy, exactly 20 hours is short. But
10 was long too, though.
10 was long. 10 was technically 2 games. That's how
Mhm.
long it was. But to complain about that, you know how it is in today's industry,
Right.
diversity, equity, you know what I mean? Like, why can't you be
Yeah.
why can't you be a
707 hours? 11?
Yeah, 'cause that's an MMO. That's a multiplayer RPG. That's why it's
Oh.
online. It's online. That's why. But
Yeah, because with like when you're saying a certain spot, because we all know like based on like each country or like continent,
Exactly.
and that's like in Africa, of course, we're gonna have darker skin
Exactly.
versus like in European, they have like more smaller noses. 'cause
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
cold
yeah,
and
exactly.
everything. So it makes more sense. Oh, and it's being in medieval times, we mostly see like Europeans in that era.
but I just think you can't call them. I hope no one. They probably are. I hope no one's like calling them racist because like Final Fantasy has had black characters and other characters from before.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like the
'cause
beginning.
that shows improvement, like the more futuristic.
Yeah,
Final
exactly.
Fantasy,
So of
like,
course
in
that means-
15, you
Who's
see
to
more-
say what race they are?
That's true.
They don't, because I'm Puerto Rican, guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, Puerto Ricans have darker skin and they have lighter skin.
No, really?
You can't
Sure.
tell what they are. So
Right.
what does it matter? We're all
Yeah.
human.
Only ones who care is the people on Twitter and the SHO. They care a lot though. They care a lot.
It
To-
needs
to
to be
the-
specific.
Yeah,
but-
it be specific,
to the point-
accurate to the time.
To the point is a game. It just
Right.
play the game, enjoy the game, just have fun.
Apparently, they can't do that because no people think that
Yeah, they want to see themselves in the character. instead of,
Precisely.
like, the character being
Exactly.
written.
Then go get Skyrim.
Right.
right, then go get Skyrim.
Yeah, that's like more like customized characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus like
Go get
already set
Skyrim.
story.
Or go play Final Fantasy 14.
Exactly.
14 is online.
But they're
You can
just
see whatever you want.
just being assholes. Like I don't see. Maybe people complaining about Link being blonde and blue eyes. Do people hate that? People probably do hate that, right?
I imagine.
Small
at this point in
percentage because I
time-
don't hear anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, because Nintendo fans are drones. They don't care. You don't complain about Nintendo games, but like, I mean, if it's the creator's story, how he wants to like specifically make it, then have him do it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But this goes to show, like, do you think boycotts are really effective, like in general? Like
In general?
Like, yeah, like any game, like for instance,
It
like, they
depends on what
It
it's
depends
for.
on what it's for, man. Like for example, people were trying to low key boycott the newest Pokemon games because they run like shit through a tin horn. They could they run like crap. But guess what? It sold 10 million in 3 days.
Right.
Clearly, that boycott didn't do
Yeah.
shit for that.
Or like the Bayonetta, like the voice actor was complaining about her
Yeah.
not being paid enough for the voice acting.
And that game still sold
It's
over a million copies.
more because of the controversy around
the
it.
controversy it's sold for.
So I don't see it affecting really Final
Well, 'cause that's 'cause-
16.
It's one of my honest opinion. That's because not us, obviously. We look at things with an objective eye.
Right.
Gamers in general, and I'm sorry, are like idiots. They kind of
No, I agree with that.
they kind of like, and I don't mean idiot as in like the bad way, as in like I mean like you kind of just eat the slop that's put before you a lot of times.
Right.
Like when you look on Twitter,
So
you see
they only see it as a one-way street.
yeah.
They don't
We
look
look
over
on Twitter. You like, let's say I was talking about Tears again, how the dungeons are like not up to par the other Zelda games. You got this one guy out of nowhere. Did you play the game? Did you see your man? How many joints did you got? Yeah. He wants me. I showed him how many hours I had in the game. Over 75 hours. Like, bro, like that's more than enough time to give a review of it.
Right.
Like, well, I still want to see you. I still want to see 2 o'clock in the morning. This man's still messaging me. Like, bro, get a life.
Right. People are so fixated on things that, it's not necessary.
So they think when you're like attacking the game that they like, it's an attack on them. Like, bro, no. First of all, no. Sorry, Nintendo doesn't give a shit about you, by the way.
They don't even know you exist.
They don't know you exist. Exactly.
Right.
So like, no, boycotts, in theory, they could work.
Depending on what it is.
But they don't know what it is. Like for big names, man, like Zelda, God of War, it'll never work.
Yeah.
It barely worked for Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
Last of Us 2. It
That's the
barely
biggest
worked.
one. And it was 2020 when everybody was inside.
Now,
they could be in the most.
It worked somewhat because I don't think Last of Us Part 2 sold as much as Part 1. I don't think it did. It's still sold good, but nowhere near as
millions of dollars.
They still got millions of dollars, but nowhere. They didn't get millions upon millions. Let's say that.
It's funny because
they made a show.
Precisely, they made a show. So maybe
it's funny because like in Japan at the time, like they show a lot of people. I don't know if it was real or not, but a lot of people show like the shelves and the game stores. There's just like no sold of Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Controversy at the time.
Precisely. Like that's just, but you're painting a false narrative because like it's Last of Us. It's not going to sell in Japan. What the fuck?
Right.
But I think last time I saw the sales numbers was like at 5 million.
Yeah,
that's not
they're
failure.
really good.
They're really good.
No, that's actually really.
That's really good. So
Listen, I'd never step on anybody's toes. To each his own. That's your opinion. Right. This is my opinion. So,
but boycotts will never. They'll probably never work.
I think it kind of worked with Cyberpunk's 2077 because a lot of people like refunded and then
it had to work.
It had to work.
And that game was fucked up.
It had to work.
There was proof that game was fucked up.
But at the end of the day, now me personally, I don't care how much you fix the game. You're not getting money after that.
Right.
But people, they made a profit.
They took my money only because I didn't ask for a refund. Only because I played it on the PC and that was fine.
It was fine on the PC.
Yeah,
it's fine on the PC.
So I didn't have any complaints about that.
I mean, like we'll complain about a game us four, but that's nothing compared to the legions of people who will be like, "But I played it when I was a child, so clearly I had to give them my money." That's so like, okay. I mean,
it's not bad.
So they make it bad for the rest of us. When we want like a better product, you got to speak with your pockets. You know what I mean? So if you're like just throwing out money, like how Pokemon fans throw out money for Pokemon and everything, that tells Game Freak, that tells them, oh, I mean, well, they clearly like the frame rate drops and the ugly ass textures of Pokemon. So let's keep on doing it.
Why even have to waste your time on complaining? Just don't get the game.
Exactly.
But come on, I mean, like,
there's always people who have to say something.
No, you're right. Don't get the game, but like
how does it affect you?
But does it
as
like
a person?
You cannot get the game, but is there like, and granted, I hate Pokemon, but is there another Pokemon like game out there? Pokemon fans are rabid about that game.
Yeah.
Now I'd say a game like Shin Megami Tensei, that's far superior to Pokemon. Play that.
Yeah.
But people, they nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, man.
Yo, yeah.
It's their money. They want to spend it and then complain about it. Why spend the money in the first place?
I mean,
like you really,
it's like a double-edged sword. You get complaints or you just don't get the game. Like, make up your mind.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think boycott's actually going to solve it.
Nah, I'm telling you, the fan bases are rabid. They'll hunt you down.
Yeah.
Look at your profile and see if you played that game.
Yeah. So to answer your question,
you need to add a lot of hours on that game.
Exactly. So because apparently over like $100 isn't enough.
No, to please that person. Yeah.
That's not enough.
To answer your question, Don, boycotts do work depending on the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in this situation, it's
not going to work.
Oh no, this is going to sell.
Yeah.
This is going to sell.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe though, because they kind of shot themselves in the foot almost by having it exclusive to PlayStation. Remember, the PS5 is still in its infancy. I can't imagine too many gamers got one yet. You know what I mean? So it's like,
do you think like Final Fantasy fans would just, it would bring in more of them onto the PlayStation, seeing that this is exclusive?
Possibly. Who knows? But that would depend upon where Final Fantasy fans are at. Like, but back in the day, you could argue Final Fantasy fans were on PlayStation. Yes, because you had 7, 8, 9, 10. They all were on PlayStation. You could argue that.
Right.
But nowadays, it's like the Switch and the PC are the ones with like a lot of JRPGs. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like Final Fantasy fans, they're probably more on PC and Switch more than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the headline is, why did it lack diversity?
Because does it really? Is a game? Do you really need diversity? Like
people argue that. People think that's important, and I believe it's important in some regards. Yes,
like if it's literally staged as like a historic game, like mainly historic, like you only play the game because of the history of the game.
Yeah.
Then that'll make sense. But it's made up. It's fake. It's a video game that's nonfiction.
Oh, that's all it's about. Look, like Yoshida's response was met with
further
backlash, with some pointing out the contradiction to Final Fantasy 16 not featuring people of color due to the game being set in the medieval time period.
Yeah, including other elements that are not appropriate for the time period.
What? Sex?
That was appropriate. That's appropriate for the time period.
I was gonna say, like, that was all of it.
But I mean, just
it's
like they have a point, but at the same time, like Danny says, I mean, like they're trying to paint a specific
image
and like story. They're trying to paint a specific story. So like, if it's mainly, we know from the looks of it, we can tell it's mainly in a European setting.
right.
I'm sure there were some Africans in Europe around the time. Sure, maybe, no doubt. But were they of abundance?
No, of course not. It's like saying like you're gonna see Japan like at that time period. You're gonna see samurais with like black people.
That's like having a game set in feudal Japan and having a couple of black people there. Come on, Japan was like closed in as fuck.
Right.
Like, come on,
see that.
You're not gonna see that.
So it's like, come on now. People just like to nitpick.
Yeah, they do not nitpick.
There's more things like we were saying earlier to criticize Final Fantasy 17 on versus like this small little thing of trying to insert yourself into a game.
Yeah.
I just feel like most people just don't have nothing else to talk about.
Right.
I agree. You're right. Come on now. It's
like, are you that
bothered with it?
Well, are you that bored with life that you have to find?
And how much you bet the person that wrote the article wasn't even black or a person of color?
Yeah, exactly.
How much you bet? Motherfucker, is it black? Is it Latino? Is it nothing? He's fucking just white. Like, oh, what the hell?
But there you go.
I mean, maybe. Well, I mean, it might be.
I just don't.
It's whatever, but
wait, they don't.
But yeah. Overall, boycotts overall probably don't really matter unless it's like something really important, like we said with Cyberpunk. But something small like this,
it has to fail spectacularly for it to work.
Right. So
I think boycott should only be for things that are like really important.
Right.
Like, this is a video game. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
it's a video game.
Exactly.
We're in the year 2023. It's a fucking video game.
But there's nobody who's handicapped in.
Well, because
let me stop.
Well, I think the issue.
Careful.
I think the issue stems from the like games are being captured as like realistic shit nowadays, right? Like, and the thing is, it's like people are going away from the traditional aspect of games, which is it's supposed to take you out of reality, not fucking have not implement what's going on in today's modern society, into games. And I think most people are having a hard time, dividing that.
Yeah. They are.
Again, the fucked up thing is that, like Aaron said, Final Fantasy has diversity throughout all their series. One fucking game that doesn't have a thing. Maybe in this main character's story, it doesn't just run into a random, person, specific person.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
The one time it steps out of line. Whoa.
Exactly.
What are we doing here?
Where is Barrett? Where is my African American friend?
Right.
Where is my person of Middle Eastern descent?
Now Clive is getting backlash right now. They're like, we don't like Clive.
Is getting backlash. Exactly. We don't like his white ass.
It's funny because Kingdom Hearts is kind of like that too. They don't really have that.
I don't think I see a single. But see, they pick. It's true. I don't. As long as I play Kingdom Hearts, I don't think I see a single person.
What about the Lion King? Does that count? Like,
The Lion King, man. I
You
mean,
can't tell. They're
yeah,
fucking
you know,
lying, bro.
But yeah,
Listen,
but
listen,
it's
they got
implied
Scar.
that they're supposed to.
They got Scar in there.
I mean, it's implied that they're African, I guess, but like,
But again, it's a video game.
yeah, exactly. True, it's a video game. It's a video game. It's a video game.
Right.
So like, hey man, people made a. You know about the whole Little Mermaid thing? People make fuss about this shit. So like, you know,
Of course, the day and age we're in.
Yeah, who knows, man?
Right.
People they'll make the fuss about it.
I mean, at this point, it's more about the eyes than anything else.
Yeah.